up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, I am your hostess, Rasheed White. My boy on the other side of the panel there, football analyst extraordinaire, Gerrit Cole.
What's going on, guys? Brand new day.
All right. So as you can see with the title on screen there, Gerrit Cole doesn't deny doctoring balls with Spider Tack. He says, I don't know how to answer that. I believe him. Barrick doesn't know. So this would be an actually interesting debate over here, man. Hey, you got to prove that I can actually do it over here, man. You prove to me that I did this over here. Forget the assumptions. Go ahead, Barrick. Take us off, baby.
Well, the bottom line is that Gerrit Cole was surprised by that question. He was not told about that question. He wasn't prepared to answer it. That is the way in which he responded the following day. The whole concept with the spider infusion, with the spider cream that they use in foreign substance, as we all know, it's supposed to provide them a better grip on the baseball, provide them an opportunity to spin the ball a little bit more on breaking balls, curve balls, and sliders. And this is why this season, I'm going to bring this up, baseball hitters have been having a hard time hitting home runs. There's no home run carousel going on. Right now, the guy leading in the major leagues with 16 home runs is Zuna, playing for the Atlanta Braves. They're having a hard time hitting baseballs because these pitchers have been dominating. It brings up another.
All right. Now, is that the let's say the average kid today? You have kids in 8th grade, man, that are like 6'5", man. I seen a kid. I was with this AAU basketball team, man. They were from Texas. And this 8th grader, man, he was like catching alley-oops with a torn meniscus. I'm like, he has a torn meniscus? You know?
Yeah, it's a different game, bro.
5, man. So maybe these players are just like that much stronger. I could be naive over here, but they're that much stronger today. You see the athletes in the NBA today. They're just longer. They're stronger. Their nutrition is actually much better in a sense, though. You know? What do you think about that?
Yeah, there's just a hand-eye coordination in baseball, brother. I understand what you're saying, but if you can't see the ball come out of the pitcher's hand or be able to identify what type of pitch it is, your chances are you're going to have a hard time. Now, Josh Donaldson that came out there and said that this guy is definitely cheating. Gerrit Cole is definitely cheating. Well, last night he had an opportunity to prove him wrong. Struck out 3 times against him. And those balls didn't look doctored, but that's the whole thing. Alonso, who plays for the Mets, second-year man, he came out publicly and said, I think Major League Baseball is doctoring the baseballs. And now you come out with this with Gerrit Cole. This is why we're having these issues right now. Maybe this is the reason why you're having a hard time hitting baseball. There's a whole lot of questions going on right now in Major League Baseball about this. And here's a question I got for you, though. If Gerrit Cole if he's basically cheating, if he is, because I don't believe that this is true. You look at what's going on in every sport right now. You look at what happened with Tom Brady with the Deflategate, or New England Patriots with Spygate. You're looking at all these different issues. Is it getting to a point where cheating is a necessity for the game?
Well, I wouldn't say cheating. They like to use the word competitive advantage.
Competitive edge. In a sense.
Edge. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's against the policy of the sport, then they consider it cheating.
Yeah.
Right?
If they have it written in stone that you can't do this, you can't do that, and you go ahead and you do it, then yes, it's cheating. There's no plausible deniability here. I mean, you can't say, well, I didn't know the trainer was giving it to me, or I didn't know what it was, or I didn't read the back of the label or anything like that. You know? So,
yeah.
But let's listen to Gerrit Cole's response over here.
I don't know if I don't quite know how to answer it. There are customs and practices that have been passed down from older players to younger players, from the last generation of players to this generation of players, and I think there are some things that are certainly out of bounds in that regard, and stood pretty firm in terms of that.
Yada yada yada.
Between our peers and whatnot.
Yeah, you don't get a concrete answer, right? It's not a real.
Yes, yada 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 yada. You're dodging you're dodging the real answer because there's only two different answers. I'm either doing it or I'm not. Give it a definitive answer, and he hasn't done that yet. But I'm gonna give on the cause. I'm gonna go on the side that this man is probably telling the truth, that he probably has not taken it. But Major League Baseball hitters are believing otherwise. They're believing a lot of pitchers have been doing this because they're having a hard time hitting these balls. Last year was the same pitchers doing the same type of pitch, and balls were going over the fence. So Mr. Alonso, who plays for the Mets, is saying that Major League Baseball is doctoring the baseballs. Doctoring in such a way.
Do we have actual proof of that in a sense? Though?
No, we don't. But this is a hitter who basically hit 40 home runs, 50 home runs, 2 years ago, and now he can't get one out the park to go past 20.
That's
so
strange.
evidently,
That's strange. That's not, I don't believe in coincidences. I mean, me personally, I just don't.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. We don't know where we are right now.
That's like saying Steph Curry's missing maybe like he's shooting 40% from the free throw line or something like that, man. Or why is that happening? And,
well, this is what I mentioned to you about the Deflategate with Tom Brady. I'm not sure you were aware that it happened years ago. Yeah. Okay. Well, the football was not in game. It was not in game shape in regards to the amount of PSI that was in there. It was about, I think, 0.8 less in PSI, which is basically an under game of the game ball requirements. So they felt like, well, Tom Brady knew that, and it was specific balls that he wanted to use. But remember, in football, you don't use the same ball all day. You're switching balls in and out, different balls to kick the ball, different balls for punting. There's all different balls for the game ball. He knew a ball, allegedly, he knew a ball was basically more against the competitiveness or was a league requirement, and that's why they call it Deflategate. He knew they said he was cheating. You couldn't prove it. Same thing right now. Gerrit Cole's been allegedly using Tiger Balm, right? Okay. or Tiger Substance. We don't know if this is a situation or if this is Spider Substance. We don't know if this is a situation or not. We don't know. Right now, this has been going on from the opening day of the season to now. Guys are having a hard time hitting balls over the park. But now all of a sudden you want to come up to Gerrit Cole. He's one of the top guys in the game. Besides him and Jacob DeGrom, who plays for the Mets.
What you got to look at is like how did guys hit, let's say, 4 years ago against Gerrit Cole, 3 years against him, 2 years against him, and now how all of a sudden this year, what is he doing differently? Has he gotten stronger? Has he been in the weight room? Probably not. Probably the same.
No. I mean, Gerrit Cole came in. Gerrit Cole came in with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and obviously they couldn't afford to pay him, so he wound up going to the Houston Astros. Houston Astros won the World Series. Guess what? They were also criticized in 2017 for cheating. You remember that? Well, Gerrit Cole was a member of that team. They were stealing signs. It wasn't about the pitching. They were stealing signs when they played those games up in Houston. So the Yankees would spank them, put 8 runs up against them. When they went up to Houston, they could barely get a run. They were stealing signs. They knew what pitch was coming. They knew everything. Gerrit Cole cannot be, considered that type of player. But right now, the way his pitching has gone over the last 3 years, his ERA has been under around 2 every year since he's been in Major League Baseball. He's been dominating the same way. Why is it coming out now? I do not know. Because this season, the home run or the long ball, as you want to call it in baseball, has not been there as much as it has years prior. So it's always going to be these things. And of course, Alonso comes out and said that Major League Baseball, without major evidence, Major League Baseball is doctoring the baseball. I just don't know if that's true or not. Everything right now is speculative. But in my personal opinion, I don't believe Gerrit Cole is using anything to get a competitive advantage because he's been pitching as well for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, so that's the main thing. If it just comes out of nowhere, then okay, you can say, okay, maybe it's a high probability, yes. But if he's been doing this for the last 3 to 4 years, then yes, he's an excellent pitcher, then, man.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe the Yankees paying him over $300 million. They believe the same way too. So there you have it.
Right. We're gonna wrap this up. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.